We are counting down 10 mysteries that have resisted every attempt at explanation. Coded messages no cryptographer can crack. Disappearances with no bodies, no wreckage, no answers. Deaths that defy forensic logic. Signals from sources that should not exist. Each entry climbs deeper into the unknown, and the number one spot will leave you questioning what science actually understands. Starting at number 10, something that fell from the sky. In the 10th place, translucent blobs of gelatinous matter rained from the sky over Oakville, Washington, in August 1994. Residents awoke to find their cars, lawns, and rooftops coated in a sticky, jelly-like substance, so bizarre that some refused to step outside. Within hours, people and pets began falling ill with nausea and fatigue. Samples sent to the Washington State Health Lab revealed a protein-rich material, but no DNA and no known organism. Scientists could not match it to any animal, plant, or industrial byproduct. The blobs fell just once, then vanished, leaving behind headaches, hospital visits, and a question that science never answered. The sky opened, leaving only silence. Number 9. Strange linoleum tiles embedded in city asphalt whisper a cryptic message. The tiles read, Toynbee idea in movie. 2001 resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. Since the 1980s, these mysterious plaques have appeared in the dead of night across Philadelphia, Boston, Kansas City, and even as far as South America. Their origins traced to a single shadowy creator, identified only through obsessive investigation by artist Justin Duer, and chronicled in the documentary Resurrect Dead. Each tile is hand-cut, pressed into hot asphalt using do-it-yourself methods, and left to fuse with the street. No one was ever caught in the act. The meaning remains tangled in references to historian Arnold Toynbee and Kubrick's film 2001: A Space Odyssey, but the motive is as impenetrable as the tar that seals them in place. The tiles endure, their message unsolved, as if waiting for someone to finally decode the warning beneath our feet. In 8th place, the wind-battered Flannan Isles lighthouse stands empty, its lamp still burning over the North Atlantic. In December 1900, 3 keepers vanished without a trace. The final log entry spoke of storms battering the tower, but when the relief crew arrived, they found the table set for a meal, oilskins missing, and the lamp freshly trimmed. The Northern Lighthouse Board's investigation found every tool in place, no sign of struggle, and no bodies ever recovered. The leading theory, that one keeper was swept away by a rogue wave and the others were lost in a desperate rescue, offers little comfort, as weather reconstructions show no storm at the time. The sea was calm, the logbook silent, and the lighthouse keepers simply gone. The light kept watch, but for whom no one could say. Number 7. A man's body lies slumped on Somerton Beach in December 1948. His face is calm, his suit pressed, and his pockets are empty of any identification. His dental records do not match anyone in Australia, and his teeth show rare features, lateral incisors missing and canines oddly placed, details that stump forensic dentists even decades later. Every label has been cut from his clothes and his shoes are polished as if for a final appointment. The autopsy finds no clear cause of death. It records only a congested heart and spleen and a suspicion of poison that leaves no trace. A brown suitcase found at Adelaide Station holds more unmarked clothing, a stenciling brush, and a thread not sold in Australia. Decades pass. Hairs preserved in a plaster death mask yield DNA, and in 2022, genealogy points tentatively to a man named Carl Webb, yet no motive, no confirmed relatives, and no story emerge. There is just a silent corpse, a trail of dead ends, and the sense that whatever happened on that lonely shore was meant to remain unsolved. Number 6. The Max Headroom broadcast intrusion shattered the illusion of safe, predictable television. On a cold Chicago night in 1987, two stations, WGN and WTTW, had their signals hijacked by a figure in a rubber Max Headroom mask, grinning and babbling in distorted gibberish. Viewers watched in shock as the masked intruder taunted the camera, waved a Pepsi can, and was spanked with a fly swatter, all in a bizarre 90-second transmission that ended as abruptly as it began. The technical feat was as chilling as the content. Engineers believe the perpetrators used a powerful rooftop microwave link to override the broadcast, a move requiring precise timing and deep knowledge of analog transmission. Despite FBI and FCC investigations, no one was ever caught. Chicago police scoured rooftops and transmission logs, but the masked phantom vanished without a trace. The city's airwaves were never safe again, and the Max Headroom hacker remains a ghost in the static, laughing at the limits of control. In the fifth place, a single line of numbers and letters printed on a strip of paper changed the search for extraterrestrial life forever. On August 15, 1977, the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio picked up an intense, narrowband burst at 1,420 megahertz. The natural frequency of hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. The signal, lasting 72 seconds, peaked at 30 times the background noise. Astronomer Jerry Eamon circled the code 6EQUJ5 on the computer printout and wrote one word in the margin: "Wow." Despite countless follow-up scans by SETI researchers, the signal never repeated. Theories have ranged from passing comets to secret satellites, but no natural or artificial source fits the profile. The sky has stayed silent ever since, leaving only a question mark beside that single, perfect blip, a cosmic whisper that no one has heard again. Number 4. 5 United States Navy bombers vanished into thin air over the Bermuda Triangle. Flight 19, December 1945. 14 airmen set out on a routine training run, only to radio back that their compasses spun wild, the ocean looked strange, and nothing was as it should be. Their voices faded into static. Hours later, the rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared, leaving no trace. Nearly 3 decades earlier, the USS Cyclops, a Navy cargo ship, slipped beneath the waves with 306 souls aboard, never to be seen again. Despite exhaustive searches and modern sonar sweeps, not a single piece of wreckage has surfaced. Lloyd's of London and NOAA statistics insist the triangle is no more dangerous than any other busy sea lane, blaming storms, swift currents, and human error. But the flagship cases refuse to fit the data. The ocean keeps its secrets. The missing are still missing. Coming to the top 3, a single scrap of paper turns a beachside corpse into a cipher that has haunted codebreakers for decades. Hidden deep in the waistband of the Somerton man's trousers, police found a tiny, neatly rolled slip torn from a rare edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Its Persian words tamam shud, meaning "it is finished," seemed like a cryptic signature from beyond the grave. The trail led detectives to a battered copy of the book left in an unlocked car, its back cover marked with 5 lines of jagged, handwritten code. Malaya Boia QC. The letters, slashed and looped, defy every cryptanalytic method, frequency analysis, polyalphabetic grids, even the Australian military's best. A phone number scribbled in the margin led nowhere, and ink dating failed to narrow the timeline. The State Library of South Australia preserves the book, but modern science has only deepened the mystery. 70 years on, the code remains unbroken, the meaning of Tamam Shud still locked tight, proof that sometimes the smallest clue is the hardest to solve. Number 2, a book that no living soul can read, 240 pages of looping, spidery script, drawn in an alphabet seen nowhere else on Earth. The Voynich manuscript surfaced in 1912 inside a locked chest at an Italian villa, but radiocarbon testing at Yale's Beinecke Library pins its vellum to the years 1404 to 1438. Each page is filled with impossible plants, naked figures tangled in green pools, and diagrams of stars and moons that map no known sky. Linguists, code breakers, and even AI have thrown themselves at its cipher. Statistical analysis by Montemurro and Zanet finds patterns like natural language, but entropy remains too low, too ordered to be random, too alien to be understood. Multispectral imaging reveals no hidden layers, no erased text, only the same relentless riddle. Every theory, whether lost language, hoax, or secret code, collapses under the weight of the evidence. 6 centuries of scrutiny, and the Voynich still stares back, blank and unbroken. Its words remain sealed, as if waiting for a mind that does not yet exist. And finally, in first place, a scene frozen in the Siberian night, 9 bodies scattered across the snow, their tents sliced open from the inside, footprints leading into the darkness. In February 1959 at Dyatlov Pass, the hikers, all experienced, fled their shelter in sub-zero temperatures, some barefoot, some half-dressed, as if terror had erased all reason. The search team found the tent half buried, its canvas ripped by knives from within. Over a mile away, the bodies appeared in stages. 2 were by a fire, 3 sprawled in the open, 4 in a ravine. Their faces and chests were shattered by force comparable to a car crash, yet there were no visible external wounds. 1 woman's tongue and eyes were missing. Soviet autopsies listed 6 deaths as hypothermia and 3 as massive internal trauma. Traces of radiation clung to their clothing. The official verdict called it compelling natural force. Decades later, avalanche simulations by Gaume and Pouzrin show that a slab of snow could explain the trauma, but not the tent's frantic escape or the radiation. No theory accounts for every detail. In the end, the wind still howls through the pass, and the question lingers: what drove them out into the cold, never to return? Across all 10 mysteries, one pattern haunts us. Even our sharpest science cannot pierce every shadow. The unexplained endures, lurking at the edge of what we think we know. Some secrets refuse to die, and that is why the night never feels entirely safe. Share your theories below.